Hey guys, just Rob here, just doing another video, doing a movie review for the latest Australian movie, latest shark attack movie called Bait 3D. Now when I sort of heard the premise for this one, it did sound like a bit of a rip-off of another movie I talked about before in one of my videos called Malibu Shark Attack. Essentially, a tsunami hits and these people sort of get washed up and they sort of end up in like a, well in the case of Bait 3D, they sort of wash up into a supermarket with these sort of aisles and these sort of sharks sort of swimming through the aisles, trying to attack them type thing, which is pretty much what happens in Malibu Shark Attack. But after sort of watching the movie, I just thought they're pretty much different sort of movies, very sort of different direction to them. This one's has a lot more sort of drama to it, and nothing like sort of Piranha 3D or Shark Night. A lot more sort of drama to it, and perhaps a lot more sort of soap opera than perhaps sort of shark action. The movie sort of starts out with sort of two brothers. They're both sort of lifeguards, and one's sort of got a really bad sort of hangover from the night before, and so the other brother, he says, "Oh, I'll go out and go and set the buoys, go and do his job," type thing. So he sort of goes off into the water, and meanwhile the guy with the hangover's girlfriend turns up and they have a discussion about, I think they're going to move away to go. I think they're going to Bali, I think, to sort of live or something like that. So anyway, obviously his brother gets attacked by a shark, out in the water. So he sort of jumps on a jet ski, goes out to try and rescue him, but obviously he's too late, and his brother dies. And then the movie sort of fast forwards about a year, and we sort of find the guy he's still upset over his brother's death, and now he's working at a supermarket, and his girlfriend sort of left him and went to live in Bali. And then definitely sort of drama. Then there's having like a character with sort of this young girl comes in, she starts to shoplift, and she gets caught by the manager, and the manager calls the police, and the police turn up, and the police is actually her father. So the father sort of talked the manager out of sort of pressing charges, and sort of while they're sort of leaving the father and daughter, the father notices this guy walking into the supermarket with like a gun. He sort of follows this guy, and there's a bank robbery sort of happens, and someone gets shot, and then of course then tsunami hits, stopping the robbery and sort of washing them all up, and so they essentially climb out of the water and sort of stand on top of the sort of supermarket shelves. And then there's sort of this shark sort of swimming through the aisles. So they've got to try and find a way to escape the shark. That's pretty much the premise to it. I mean, obviously the girlfriend that sort of went to Bali, she's obviously come back with her new boyfriend. So there's a bit of tension there, sort of thing, but definitely very sort of soap opera-y, and I guess some of the stars in the movie are actually from Australian soaps, so that's probably perhaps understandable, I guess. But anyway, but I think overall, I mean, the movie, I did sort of find the movie to be very boring. I mean, the first sort of half was very boring and very sort of sort of storyline driven and very sort of soap opera-y type thing. I mean, I didn't sort of mind the drama too. Nothing wrong with sort of trying to add a bit of story to a film. I just think it was too much soap opera compared to shark action. 80% sort of soap opera and sort of only 20% shark action was a bit too overdone, I thought. But I mean, some of the sort of special effects I thought were pretty good. The 3D wasn't too bad, and some of the sort of set design I thought was actually really quite good. Very sort of Resident Evil type. I thought, like sort of upturned cars and piles of broken concrete, and some of that was actually quite good. And the film actually looked pretty good, and in that respect. I mean, there's some really sort of stupid moments. Some of the characters did some really stupid, idiotic things that didn't really make a whole lot of sense, and the shark was a bit inconsistent, sort of attacking certain people but not attacking others in certain circumstances. And I think the scene with the guy sort of puts on some like a bodysuit, like a metal bodysuit, gets like shopping baskets and sort of puts them around his arms, his legs, and so he can sort of dive through the water. That was pretty stupid. That scene. But I think overall, I did sort of enjoy the movie once it sort of finished and sort of watch the whole thing, I did actually think it wasn't too bad. I mean, therefore it's very sort of soap opera-y, and it was a bit boring, especially for the first half to it, for the first half of the movie, and not much shark action to it. But it has some sort of great effects to it, and well, the storyline was sort of interesting, I suppose. But yeah, I just sort of found it a bit too overdone, and a bit too. I'm sure they could have cut some of that and mixed in a bit more sort of action to a bit more shark action to it. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the movie, I guess. If you're sort of seen the movie, obviously leave some comments below. That'd be great. And thanks for watching.